Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to Double D Vintage Baseball Cards. My name is Dylan and I will be your host tonight. And this is episode number 24. Super psyched. Tonight is going to be awesome. I have some cool things to share with you guys, some cool things to talk about. And number one is I was going through I was organizing my, I have a filing cabinet over there, and I was missing something. I have these things called GE taxes over here on Hawaii, and you have to file. Anyways, I had to file them, and I lost the paperwork from the last one I filed, and I was like, oh, I have to have the number to match it, whatever. I was looking in the back of the cupboard, and I found some eBay sales book receipts. Oh, my old Little League glove right here. This thing's sick. Thought I'd put this on. So awesome. It's the one I got on the thing. So I found some old eBay books. I have like a box of these upstairs. Like I told you guys, I used to sell crazy amounts of cards on eBay. When graded cards first came out in, 99, or even when I started on eBay. So I guess graded cards, I'm not sure when they started, but when I started selling cards on eBay, it was all graded stuff, because it was just easier. You knew it was legit and it was just a way to do it. And I found a place that I could buy them and then somewhere else and then sell them on eBay. And that was in the eBay days that you're going to the post office for like standing in line for an hour, shipping out cards, filling out forms. These are some epic sales I found in here. These are 99 or I think 2000 to 2001 books I found. And there's just some insane vintage cards that I sold back then, and I have a bunch of other stuff in there too that I sold. But I was mainly selling vintage cards, and then I also sold a bunch of I used to have a bunch of Kobe Bryant rookie cards, and this book's filled with like PSA 10s and stuff that I had back then. But then like I talked about the vintage stuff, that was when I was selling back then. That was the story I told about me getting behind on a credit card, and I was like, oh my gosh, what do? I didn't know, dude, just pay it off after these things. But that's kind of how my whole collection, keeping my cards forever, started, because I had so many cards. I mean, I'm telling you, I sold, you could see, I sold thousands and thousands of graded cards on eBay back in the day, because that's what I wanted to do for a living. I wasn't going to college, so I was like, dude, I want to sell baseball cards. How cool is that? But then as soon as I got in trouble, no one really gave me the speech, right? Dude, don't worry about that. Pay it off next month. You'll pay like $30 in interest. Not saying to get behind on your credit cards, but I was selling these cards. But that put a stop to it. So I had all this inventory, big money, tons of cards. So that's kind of how it started, was back then. And this is really cool. I have some really cool sales to talk about that I didn't even know I had these certain cards. I had a Brooks Robinson rookie card, PSA 7 in here. I sold it for like $340. I'll show that receipt. I was like, no way, that's so, it's fascinating to me because I don't remember having that. But I used to buy a bunch of one card and then sell them because it's one listing. It was easy, and PSA 7 was PSA 7, so I used the same picture. And so that's how I ended up with a lot of my cards. And as you can tell, Robin Young's, I used to have probably had 40 of these things at one time. But I kept a few PSA ones back then, and I wasn't buying and selling the SGC as much back then. Once I bought the SGCs, I was after I basically got stuck with all those vintage cards. I was happy. I was like, okay, well, I was bummed. I can't do that for a living. I got in big trouble for it, basically. In my mind, I'm so that's when my vintage graded collection started, was back in that era, 99 to 2002. I would continue on selling forever and buying, but that was that's when I started collecting this stuff. So I thought I would show a bunch of, I'm not going to show every single one of these cards, but I have obsession with certain cards, as you can tell. I just do. I'll find a card, and I realize when I find a card that I really want, like Ted Williams. I have so many Ted Williams cards. I mean, so many meaning, I don't know, 30 playing day cards. I don't show you guys that much of my collection because it's, you know, I want it to spread out over the course of my life on YouTube. But I guess I'm buying enough to show, but yeah, you know, I brought some other stuff out here. So like 56 Ted Williams, I'm obsessed with these things. I mean, I was at one time. I don't buy them anymore, but when I buy a card, I seem to buy multiple of that card at the same time. And I'm starting to realize that that's kind of my tradition. That's kind of my ways. And I think it started all back from when I was selling cards on eBay and listing the same card. And as you guys know, vintage cards are all different. Like, you get one Robin Yount rookie card isn't the same across the board. They had different print runs. You know, you've got ones that are lighter than others, and then you got ones that are darker than others. But then if you get up close, this one has more detail than this one. And then you have the corners and the centering and all kinds of different things to look at. Whereas a modern card, you know, you're talking one card, it looks just like the next one. So vintage is just so special in that way, in that aspect, that you could have, like me, a collector of duplicates. You can have 20, 50 of the same card and go through them, and they all look different and they all have their own personalities. It's weird to say that, but when I look at my cards, like, I have put on my wall, I put all my Robin Younts, I put my George Bretts, I have other cards that I'm obsessed with too that I have multiples of. Ted Williams, like, you just, Carl Yaz rookies, which I actually just picked this one up this week, which is classic because I already have two, right? Yeah, I gotta have a raw one, which I'm gonna get graded. I just love doing that because I look at each one, I'll stare at the wall and I'll just dissect them and like, which one do I love more and why didn't I like that, or I'll test people that come over. So I'm not going to go through all that and show you guys, but I just, you know how I do it, I like to put a bunch of cards out on the table and I can be able to, like, you know, show you guys some cool things. And for me, hanging out with you guys, it's just like, okay, this is my 45 minutes to hang out with my friends that are into this cool stuff that I can just grab some cards randomly. Like, I pulled out some cards that I really love. This one I picked up recently, and this one I picked up recently. And then I just going through books, and I'm like, I love this card, I love this card, I love this card. I got my frame up here. And then I also, tonight, I'm going to show you guys my SGC return right here. So these bad boys I got back. As you can see, I got a 5 on that. I think I said a 4.5 I was looking for, so really happy. I'll show you guys these returns. I did really well with that. You guys ran over there. So yeah, that's going to be, I got my bat here too, Little League. I was telling you guys I swung a heavy bat. 25 ounces back when I was, you know, 10 years old till, I think I was even 9 in majors. You know, the Little League World Series days, and I was on the all-star teams back then, and this was my bat right here. Little guy swinging a huge bat, kind of slowed my swing down because I have a fast swing, so it kind of leveled me off, and I really loved it. Mizuno, I just love that I still have this, and I have my glove, and I just absolutely love it. I love how I get to brag about my Little League persona, or my Little League days, like it really matters in life that I could play Little League ball. From my head, it was like, it's so funny. It's just ridiculous, right? But you know what? You guys, the guys I can talk to them about. So, so let me show you guys a couple of these epic sales I had. Let me have a sip. So I kind of like folded some of these pages. So let's see, this book, this is from like, I don't have the date. Why don't I have the date? This must be really old. Okay, oh, here's one. 01. Okay, so I got one here. Oh, here we go, right here. Start off with this bad boy. Let me bring these over to you guys. I mean, you guys are going to be blown away by these prices. It's so cool, so fascinating. So this one, tuck under here. Right here, I have let me cover the guy's partial address here. Not that he still lives there. This is from 2001. And look at these invoices I had to fill out back then. I had two, right? You have the yellow slip. $31 for Robin Yant PSA 7. I remember buying these for like $18 and then reselling them on eBay. And, you know, the fees weren't as high back then, but you had to sit in line. And, you know, how much money was I really making? You know, whatever. Not very much. But look, still same ID, 31414, 20 years later. So I thought that was awesome. Just so cool. And as you can see, I have not all of those are from back then, but you know, at least 5 of them. And then obviously I've sold plenty along the way. Let's see what else we got. I'm gonna show you guys. I remember seeing a Johnny Bench rookie in here in this book. Oh, where did I highlight that bad boy? Was it in here? I should have been a little more prepared for that. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. There's a cool one. Look at this thing. So, hide this guy's... I'll hide his name. There we go. This is 2002. Johnny Bench, rookie, PSA 8. I sold it for $210. That's so cool. Yeah, I mean, that card today is worth... I have no idea. I didn't look it up or anything, but I still have Johnny Bench's rookies. I have a couple of them. I don't have a PSA 8 anymore, but it's just really cool to see that. Just to, you know, a lot of people are talking about prices in the future. And, you know, they stayed stagnant for so long over the years. I mean, look at this. This is cool. I thought this was fascinating. This is a Jason Giambi. So I was selling some modern stuff, buying and flipping that. I never kept any of this stuff. I have a 9 still that I bought for $2. Just for nostalgic reasons, but look at 10, $117 in 2002. I mean, that's what's going to happen to 99% of these PSA 10s floating around right now, or any of the modern players. Just look at the past. We always repeat the past. That's what we do as humans. History repeats itself. I don't know who says history doesn't repeat itself. It always does every time. So it was really fascinating to go through. Here's another one. Carlton Fisk. You know, I have a obsession with this. I have a 7 I kept from way back then. $83 PSA 8. Not sure what that's worth now, but 2002. I thought that was fascinating. Let's see if I find that Brooks Robinson one. Oh, here's a cool, 2004 right here. So Mark McGuire, PSA 7, $32. That thing's probably worth $10 now. So that's another one you can get way cheaper now. That's pretty awesome, right? Let's see. 2002. I don't know why I said 4 on that. I must have been dyslexic that day because this is the same book. It's all 2002. Derek Jeter, PSA 8, $82 in 2002. I sold one for. You know, I think this one, this is the one that I got graded because I didn't sell a bunch of these. I think this is just that one that I got from a buddy way back in the day. And then I got that one. I had 3 cards I got graded back in the day. Let's see. Oh, here's one interesting one. 2002. Barry Bonds, 86 tops traded, PSA 10, $237. I have no idea what that's worth now. I think it's worth more now because the PSA 10s garner more money. But I have some 9s in this book too that I came across that are worth less now than they were then. So I think the 10s have gone up, just scarcity reasons. I think it's absolutely silly when you get into that 84 or 85 till now, just like PSA 10s. I think they're just way overrated. I can't tell the difference between a 10 and a 9, and I think it's absolutely crazy that the prices are that much far ahead. Vintage, it's a different story. I can understand it to a point. Because it's just the scarcity of it. There's just nothing like it. I thought this was awesome. I have a ton of these I didn't realize. So Kobe Bryant, PSA 10. Cover the guy's name. RC Vintage. Somebody was buying it from me back then. in 2002 for $130. PSA 10 Kobe Bryant Finest. So that one's obviously gone up. I had a ton of Finest. Like, look, the next page, same thing, $137 a day later. So I was probably buying these for like $60. It's just the memory serves me correctly. Oh, here we go. Last one I'll show you guys so I don't bore you guys to death. But I thought this stuff was fascinating just to see it. Brooks Robinson, rookie card, PSA 7. Sold it for $349. I looked this one up. I was really curious on this one. $2,300 today. You know, $2,000 to $2,500 depending on the centering. I have no idea. But you know what? What was really cool to see this is the high-end PSA 7. When you look at a PSA 7 of a Robin Yount that was, you know, I was buying them, like, I remember buying them for like $18, $19, even maybe $17. Those are up, you know, up to 175. So 7, 8 times, even 9 times that. This is the same thing. So a high-end Brooks Robinson PSA 7, it's up like, you know, seven times. So having less risk on the table as a Robin Yount, purchasing a card for $17 or $19 and having it go up to $175 rather than having to spend a whole $349 watching it go up. So it's kind of cool to see that one train kind of brings up everything. You know, I mean, granted, lower stuff is a little different, you know, PSA 2s and 3s and stuff. I'm not sure about all that, but as a collector, who cares? You want the card, it'll go up, but I don't know about the rate of the higher stuff. But PSA 8, Hank Aaron 1975, sold in 2002 for $67. I guess that's got to be like a $600 card now. Yeah, it's just fascinating, just really cool stuff. I wanted to share that with you guys. I have books and books of this stuff, so when I find my other stuff from later years, that'd be kind of fascinating to see as well. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys because I thought that was pretty cool. Really cool to see that. Get a little inside scoop on, you know, maybe what happens in the next 20 years since then. Really, really crazy. I mean, if this stuff goes up, if card goes from 100 to 700, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I mean, that's pretty incredible. You know, a $19 card goes up to 175. Seems crazy to me, but could happen. But it's not like it's that crazy. The stock market's probably gone up 7 times too. I don't know what it was back in 2000, but I'm sure whatever. I think these huge jumps that we saw in the last year, obviously that's just crazy. But I do think that things have leveled off in the vintage thing, and I think they finally caught up. I think the modern stuff still is just astronomically expensive. I think we're reliving history again. I really truly do. It's obvious. I think there's more of that stuff printed than anything in 87 either. I don't have any proof behind that or like facts behind that, right? I'm just totally speculating, guessing. I just think the modern stuff is just absolutely crazily overproduced. Doesn't mean you can't collect, doesn't mean you can't have fun with it, doesn't mean that I'm not wrong, completely wrong. And yes, I do have some modern stuff because I don't want to be completely left in the dust. It's like anything, you know, you can be against it, but if you put a little bit in there, at least you know if you're wrong, well, you got a little money in the game. So let me show you guys these epic SGC returns I got. Well, you saw that grade. And this is the 56, 71, and Ernie Banks 55. You guys saw these last time in raw form. The grades came back in 1 day, and then they shipped them back, and I got them back in like 3 days. Like, boom, boom. It's just 2 orders in a row like that. Before I show you these, let me, oh yeah. We've got like another 1 more day or something, 25th, end of the contest. I finished them, so This is a PSA one. Super excited to give all these out and get them out of here. And thank you guys for doing that. Just awesome that you guys did VRs for me. It's really appreciative. I just love it. I gotta watch all you guys' videos. Super cool. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Like how the giveaway is gonna be, if it's gonna be live or if I'm gonna pull from the hat or do a spin the wheel or something. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm not that worried about it. It's probably gonna happen a week after it, probably next weekend, just because the National's going on. Everyone's gonna be at the National, and I'll probably do it while they're at the National. You know, a lot of us didn't go to the National this year, so still be people watching the video at some point, I'm sure. But I'm not gonna do it right. I'm not gonna do it tomorrow or the 25th, whenever that is. I'm not gonna do it on the day. I'm not worried about it. So yeah, let me show you guys these bad boys. See how they came out. All right, let me get in here. Okay, we got our first one right here. You guys remember this bad boy? Okay, let me switch you. Boom, there we go. 1965 Topps. Clemente came back at a 5. I think I said a 4.5. Really, really stoked to get that back. What a beautiful card. Really, really stoked on it. You know, I was really critical on these cards. I like to be really critical on my grades, so one day when someone goes through my book, you know, they can look at my stuff and as a collector and see that I was, you know, right on with the grades. And one day when I'm gone, somebody else, you know, I don't want any grandkids, but whoever inherits my collection one day, it will be easy for them. So next card. This next card, the 56 Topps, I said it was going to get a 3, and it got a 3. Really happy with that card, and I did not have this in my collection. So super stoked to have this in my collection, and I can't wait to display it on my wall. I have loved this card more than what I did last time. You know, it's not my favorite Clemente card. This one's more my favorite one, but in the 71. But man, I am digging this thing. So I got a 3. Super stoked. Next one. Let's see, turn you guys this way. 1971. I said this was going to be a 4.5, maybe a 5. Like I said, I was really harsh. But looking at it again, whoosh, got a 6. Dude, I was so stoked on this. Card looks really nice in the SGC. And now that I see it, like once it's in this slab, it really makes it pop. I love the black on black. I know Terry, T-Mac cards, he's not a collector of the black on black slabs, but I love them. I'm super stoked on them. I know somebody else is out there. I've heard a few of you guys be amped on these things, but I'm really stoked on it. Oh, I don't want to give that one away yet. Yeah, really happy. So that paid for the whole lot. That 6. Really stoked on that. Next card here. This one I thought would come back at a 4 or a 4.5. Really, really beautiful color. And I have this card, so I knew what I was kind of looking at. But it came back at a 3.5. So obviously, you know, I'm not bad. Half grade to a grade off. That's my kind of leeway. Leave it up the professionals here. 3.5. I mean, I'm guessing maybe because it was like the weird centering. I don't know. The color's really nice, or the staining on the back. Okay, so you guys already saw it, so I can flip that over. Could have been the staining on the back. But yeah, so there we go. So you guys saw all those. Pretty sick stuff. I also wanted to show you guys a couple of these cards here. I just kind of was going through my collection, looking at some stuff, and I just found some really cool stuff that I wanted to show off. I love this Hank Aaron card and this Hank Aaron card, and let's see, and my recent pickup. Okay, I'll bring you guys right over there. Well, I'm not sure how that looked because I didn't zoom back out. I probably wasn't even in it. I picked this up this last, a week or two ago. I have a collection of Junior Gilliam or Jim Gilliam cards. And this one was like, I think it was $35 on eBay with free shipping. It was an auction, but nobody bid, and I bid. So I was super stoked to get this thing. Beautiful card. Just a really, really pretty card to have. I'm really happy to have it. I think I might have his whole run. I haven't checked officially. I have like 3 ungraded ones, and then I have a few graded ones. So I got to check his whole run to make sure, but I just love it. I mean, he might be the only guy I have a full run of. So that card, and then I just love this. I've never shown this card off. This is a Willie Mays Hank Aaron combo. Just an awesome card. I love 56 tops, as do probably most of you guys. I have a bunch of 56 tops cards. I haven't shown maybe barely any of them off, but I love the cartoons on the back. I just love everything about 56 tops. There's nothing not to love about it. You got all the great players in it. Oh, so good. And then I've got another card that I came across that I absolutely love. I don't think I've ever showed this card before. Just a really, really, really cool Hank Aaron 55 TV card. I love the 55 Bowman. I think that has grown on me through the years like crazy. And I love this card. I have a bunch of Hank Aaron Playing Day cards, doubles of most of his stuff. I just love it. So, super stoked. Okay, well, that's pretty sick right there. Let me think. I guess, I think I might leave it at that, so I don't keep it too long. And I actually have family in town again this week, and I kind of got to go over there and hang out with them and playing board games and stuff, Settlers. So with that said, thank you guys. So stoked on everything. Just having a really good time doing these videos and hanging out with my friends, and I can't wait till next year National. I'm going to be there, assuming everything's just normal and life's the same as it is now, just good. Everybody that's going to the National, I hope you guys have an amazing time, find some epic cards, and you guys are super stoked. You get to hang out with everybody, and yeah, that's it. Double shaka, and we'll talk to you guys in like another week. And thank you guys for any of my contests. Okay, shaka you.